Well, hello and welcome everyone. This is the first time joining my channel here to watch a video. Try to do fly tying every Wednesday, try to do some fishing on every Monday, and some random stuff on Fridays. So here we go with this fly. I like to call it the bread crust or crust fly. It ends up being more of a jig because it's tied on a jig style hook along with a slotted tungsten bead. The hook we will be using for this fly specifically will be the Umpqua 14U55 555 jig hook, and we will also be using this fulling mill slotted tungsten bead heads in 5/32. We will be using straight brown marabou, and we'll also be using some straight brown micro chenille. Pretty simple fly, pretty easy. Our thread we're going to be binding it all together with today will be this uni camel colored 72 denier, which is about my favorite size thread. So we'll go ahead and pop this one out. We'll get a fresh one in and we'll get started. Okay, well, we got that jig hook with the bead in the vise, and we're going to go ahead and start by attaching our thread and making a nice little run out of the body there. Get the scissors and trim off that excess. Quite a bit of excess. And then we're going to make our way to the back of the hook right off the bat. All the way to the back to right where that bend just starts to go. And then we're going to go back over that a couple times there in that area just to help secure that thread down and make a nice bed to attach our materials to. So we're going to go right back to right in front of that bed, and that's where we're going to tie in this micro chenille after I get the piece of feather unstuck from it. Give our thread a little spin. Now we can get it to curl over it. I spun it the wrong way. There we go. Get that tied in there on that side of the hook on my side. I'm going to rest it back over the little holder there. And then I'm going to choose one of these brown marabou feathers. Just need to find one. It don't need to be too fancy. You don't need to be super huge, or it's just got to have a nice little look to it. That's all. Enough that we can get a good decent sized tail. Our tail, when it comes to making this tail, I want it to be almost about the length of the hook from eye to where the bend is. So this section here being about 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch long, that's about the length I want my tail to be. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple wraps over that and secure that in there. At this point, we want to just make sure we go probably 3 or 4 wraps over just that one little area right there. That's all. We'll pull our marabou back out of the way, and we'll advance our thread back to the front of the hook right next to the bead. Just like so. Trying to keep all these feather fibers out of the way, because we're going to wrap our micro chenille now on around that hook and advance it to the front, keeping it underneath the marabou. As you can see there, hopefully the camera is keeping focus on this for you. Almost every time I'm wrapping this stuff, it goes out of focus. All the little shiny parts messing with it. Trim off our excess there. Couple more wraps to secure that, and then we'll pull our piece of marabou right up over the top like a what do they call that hairstyle? A mohawk. But whatever I did there, I went in front of the bead. Okay, now that I got that tied down, I'm going to trim off that tail end piece. I'll save that later for a different fly. Make a little thread head there and a simple little wick finish. We'll do a double up on this one for fun. Cinched her down, cut her off, and that there is the toast fly. I'll add the other one in right into the front. They're really simple, really easy flies to make, and they're really effective. The shininess underneath is because when this jig's traveling through the water, it's traveling upside down this way, if that's showing in the camera. So all of this colorful, shiny micro chenille is being exposed to where the fish can see it, along with that bead. So this fly works really well, hits good pocket water. It's a great, simple, slim fly. Could almost be defined as like kind of a streamer style. Well, thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing. I'll see you on the next one.